Yo, what's up, guys? Kevin here. Welcome to the Snowboard Pro Camp live chat. I'm going to be on here for the next while talking to you guys, answering all your snowboard questions. Today, I'm coming to you guys from Whistler, BC, Canada. We've had some great snow the last few days here in Whistler, so we've been having a good time up snowboarding on Whistler and Blackcomb Mountains, hitting some trees, hitting some of the Alpine. The Alpine opened yesterday. Unfortunately, I've come down with a bit of a cold over the last day, so I'm a little bit sick, but I couldn't miss talking to you guys. So I'm gonna be on here talking to you guys and answering all your questions. First of all, big shout out to everyone for tuning in. Can always already see some questions rolling in for me, so let's get right into the questions. And yeah, thank you guys so much. I hope you guys are having a good start to your snowboard season. It's been a bit of a slow season here in Whistler, but over the last week it's really ramped up, and the snow's really come through. So Esvaldo coming in quick with the first question says, Kevin, how would you compare the ride Mountain Pig to the ride Super Pig? I was riding the Mountain Pig and loved it. Really good for carving. Just curious how similar those two boards are. Thanks, mate. Osvaldo, great question. I haven't ridden both of those boards, but my impression is that the Super Pig is stiffer. So I'm sure for carving, having a stiffer board would just give you more stability for carving at high speeds. So yeah, give it a try. I'm sure it'll be like a more aggressive ride for carving. Harry Sanders says that he just copped a beanie. Awesome, man. Thanks for supporting the channel by picking up a SPC beanie. We got Patrick watching from Utah, Francisco from Spain. Shout out Yukiko. Shout out to Jim. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Nathan says he also just picked up a beanie. Thanks, man. Terrell with the question says, I was wondering if you have ever really had bad foot pain in your foot. I have flat and wide feet and was wondering if you have the same. I buy used boots and have store-bought insoles. Very cool, man. The only times that I've had foot pain recently, one is if my boots are tied up too tightly or if my bindings are on too tight. So the lower section of my boot, I usually leave a bit looser, and that allows me to, that just like relieves any chance of foot pain. Also, the last 3 pairs of boots I've had have been Vans snowboard boots, and I've actually bought the same size boots to my shoe size. So I haven't tried to size down or gotten smaller boots. So that I think has made the boots more comfortable as well. So I recommend if you have bad foot pain, then check out some boots, put your feet into boots. Try to get new ones if you can that are, but make sure that you have your feet in the boots for a long time, making sure that you don't get foot pain. Try out some Vans, see how they feel. And also, don't get them too small and don't make them too tight. Shout out to Carrie Pierce for tuning in. Thanks so much. Justin as well says he got a, Justin says he's been homesick all week. Sorry to hear that, man. Hope you get better. I just last night started feeling sick, so hopefully this is just like a 24-hour thing. Jack says they need some snow on the East Coast. Yeah, I hope you guys get some. And all right, Joe wants to know what I think of Signal snowboards. Haven't gotten to ride those yet. Rob says, Kevin, advice on how to heal and recover from snowboard leg, knee injuries. Yeah, Rob, I hope there's nothing serious, man, but I guess it just depends, really. Like, for me, any injuries I've had I've managed to just rest, do some light stretching, light massage work with like a massage ball, things like that, just like doing things lightly to kind of until my whatever the injury is feels better. Sometimes you need to go see like a specialist or like see a doctor, but I think it's just best always for coming back from something to come back slowly, follow doctor's instructions, but also just try to eat good, fully rest it, maybe see somebody on the side in terms of like a massage therapist or some kind of physiotherapist, and then doctor as well. But at home too, it's good to have some like light stretches, use a massage ball, all that kind of stuff. Even like a foam roller to roll muscles out and everything. All that stuff helps. So it's a combination of rest, doing things on your own, but also seeing professionals too. Swarm says, I just waxed my snowboard for the first time and it's hard to adjust to it. Any advice? It's hard to adjust to waxing a fresh wax. Wow. Yeah, I think the way to adjust to it is to actually just keep waxing your board every few days. Have some fresh wax on there, because I notice a huge difference. Like when you wax your board, like your board can go from running really slow to running very quick and fast, and you want to get used to just having your board feel like that. So yeah, it's gonna feel faster, but the best bet is to just keep waxing your board on a regular basis, and you're gonna have that like slick, fast base, which is really good. And yeah, if that becomes your new normal, then yeah, it won't be a big deal to get used to it. Ty Burger says, debating on buying the GNU Headspace. What are your thoughts? Which is this board right here. That's my park board for the season, GNU Headspace. I love it. It's a great, I think for me, it's a great board. I like the magnet traction, holds really well on firm snow. It's got GNU's C3 camber profile, which is like camber dominant. So it's like a camber dominant snowboard, but it's not too aggressive. It's still soft enough. Easy to butter, easy to flex, and yeah, great pops for ollies. So I'm a huge fan. It's just a really good park board. I would say like it's like an intermediate park board. So if you're a beginner, you can kind of grow into it. If you're more advanced, I think you can still use it. And if you're intermediate, it's yeah, just a great park board. So I highly recommend it. Jim Jom wants to know what mountain I think is better, Whistler or Blackcomb. I like Blackcomb more. Blackcomb, to me, it's like there's more sun over there. The terrain is a bit more consistent. There's more like fun alpine areas. And actually the next couple videos coming up on Snowboard Pro Camp are all up on Blackcomb. So yeah, some videos coming to you guys from up in the alpine on Blackcomb. Josiah wants to know, what did you do with the old Orca? Yeah, so this is the new Orca, the 159, the 2020 Orca. The old one is just in the other room. I still have it, and I'll probably just hold on to it. I'm not sure, no plans to do anything with it. I'll probably take it out riding with it a few days just to compare it to the new one. So yeah, I still have it. All right, guys, just gonna get to the first super chat from CCC, $2 super chat. Are you going to Mammoth? No plans to go to Mammoth right now, but I know like last spring, Mammoth was open pretty late into the season. So the spring park at Mammoth, that's like something we may do. It'd be fun to get down there for some park riding, maybe May or June, and then yeah, we'll keep an eye on the weather. If Mammoth is getting some good snow, we can maybe come down for a quick powder trip to Mammoth too. Tyler Myers with the super chat wants to know, what do you think about Gilson snowboards? I actually have never ridden a Gilson, so I don't really have an opinion, but yeah, would be fun to check one out one day. All right. And Boredom says that Orca is definitely going to Japan. It is. Yeah, we're going to Japan in about a week. And the Orca, actually, I'm probably going to bring both boards for sure. Gregory49 with the super chat as well. What do you do with your old boards? New collection video. Should every home have an Orca? Nice, man. Actually, yeah, I've sold a few boards. Usually sell them for like just really cheap, just to pass them on to somebody. Or I'll hold on to them and ride them again. But yeah, some of them I've held on to just to keep, and some I've sold off. So that's what I've done with the old boards. It'd be nice to be able to give the boards away, like to just send them off to people, but it's so expensive to ship snowboards that it's not really worth it. It costs like $300 or $400 to send a board, so it's better to just sell them locally or to hold on to them. All right, so lots of people with jump questions. Everyone's asking how to jump. So with jumps, jumps are one of those things that you can practice a lot outside of the park first. So learning to ride with speed, learning to ollie, hitting lots of side hits on the sides of runs, making sure that when you do hit a side hit that the landing is clear, make sure like doing it safely. And then when you get into the park, it's like starting small, but when you're hitting jumps for the first time, it's important. Your hands are over top of your board. You don't want to get all twisted on your board. So keeping your shoulders and your hips and your feet, everything lined up, square to your snowboard. That's going to keep you riding straight. And it also gives you good balance. And being comfortable with speed is important because when you land, you're going to have a bit of speed. So being able to do a couple turns on the landing is really important. All right, Yannick, InMotion SLB says, the yellow steez is so cool. Hashtag, what does that say? Hashtag paracetamol fund. Okay, thank you, man. Yeah, for the flu I got going on here. Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Yannick, for the yellow steez, the jacket and pants. I'm going all yellow this year. I used to have I still got the black pants, which I'll wear as well, but I figure for Japan, for days up here in Whistler too, when it's like cloudy, when it's hard to see, it's nice to have a really bright outfit so that people can, if you're riding with friends, everyone can know where you are wearing something bright. So that was the idea behind the yellow jacket and the yellow pants. All right. David says, dude, I went snowboarding last December and my boots were too tight. Now the nails of my toes are black from the pressure of the boots. Sorry to hear that, David. Yeah, I feel like you definitely don't want boots that are too small. And a lot of times, the biggest problems I've had with snowboard boots are when I go to buy boots and the person selling me the boots starts measuring my feet and they like start trying to squeeze me into the smallest possible pair of boots. And that's no good. I feel like snowboard boots, they don't need to be super small and they don't need to be, cutting off the circulation to your toenails and all that kind of stuff. So get the same size snowboard boots as your shoes, and just comfort is the main thing. YR Guitar says, how do you go fast on bumpy, fresh snow that got messed up by everyone? Excuse me 1 second, you guys. About to sneeze. Maybe. All right. So when you're going through bumpy, fresh snow, I feel like the thing that saves you is using your knees. So you want to keep your board in contact with the snow. And if the snow is bumpy, then using your knees to keep the front, the nose and tail, like the whole length of your board in contact with the snow is important for doing turns, for controlling your speed, all that kind of stuff. So really use those knees and absorb those bumps. All right, great questions, guys. Just gonna get caught up a little bit. Corey with the super chat says, have you done any snowcat riding? Is it worth it going to snowboard for the first time this year and contemplating doing a snowcat day? I've done like one run of cat skiing before, and it was really cool. It was in Keystone in Colorado, and at the top of one of the peaks there, you can actually pay I think like $15 or $20 for a cat ride that takes you like another 30 minutes or something, or about not that 30-minute walk, but it takes you up by cat, like a 10-minute cat road. And it was it took us to a really fun powder area, and I would say it's worth it. Yeah, I've always wanted to do a cat trip, and I've heard that it can you can get lots of really good powder laps in one day because the cat can almost quicker than a helicopter, can just pick you up, take you right back to the spot without a lot of headache or planning or weather issues. So I think a cat day would be really fun. If you can swing it, I would definitely do it. I would love to do one someday too. Care says, hi, I've been religiously watching your channel for approximately 5 months. I want to thank you for being so consistent with your vids and live chats. Awesome. Thank you, Care. Appreciate it. Yeah, thanks for checking out all the videos. Yeah, I've been trying to keep them consistent, doing the live chats every week as well. And yeah, stoked that you've been following along. And I was gonna cancel today's, but yeah, I figure I'm just a bit sick. It's no big deal. Got to keep it consistent. All right, great questions, guys. Mattis says, have you ever had skiers or other snowboarder clip the side of your board? I've only bought my first board last year, and the graphic on the top is already a bit scratched. Any tips? Yeah, I feel like just the other day I was filming TJ and we had a collision where his board went into mine, and there's like a small scratch on it, but it's just part of snowboarding that your board's gonna get scratched up, and there's not much you can do about it. I remember having like an almost brand new board, and a skier came straight into my board, right into the top sheet, and made a huge chunk out of the top, and yeah, that was a real bummer, but yeah, there's nothing you can do. I would just try to like watch out for other people, stay away from them. When you're in the lift line, maybe try to just keep your distance, but there's not much you can do, unfortunately. Matt says, what's your POW board? So yeah, this is right here, the Libtech Orca. Adam Harms with the super chat from New Zealand. What's up, Adam? Says, yo, not gonna be long now. Haley and I will be in Whistler Village on the 4th of February. Hope you guys are gonna save some snow for when we get there. Awesome, Adam. Yeah, man, I hope it continues to snow. I hope there's lots of snow for when you guys get here. Adam was in some of the videos with me in New Zealand. Him and Haley live in Wanaka. They're our friends. We met them at Domino's Pizza. So if you're in Wanaka, go visit Adam and Haley at Domino's, say hello. And yeah, they're coming to Whistler in a few weeks. Yeah, we'll see you guys then. All right. Tons of great questions, guys. All right. All right, so Big Bird says, where do you ride at Mount Hood? That's my mountain, and I've always been curious. So I think I've only been to Timberline, the Timberline resort there, and yeah, it's been great. Mostly in the summer, like spring or summertime. Patrick says, how long do boards last for an average snowboarder? That's a good question. For me, like I've usually gone through boards like quickly because being here in Whistler, it's like you get such a long season and each day is so long. What I used to do is I would do kind of like one board a season. So, but I would be riding from middle of November until the middle of May. So in that like 5 or so months, I'd be snowboarding almost every day and doing like really long days as well. But a typical snowboarder could probably have a board for an average rider, maybe 3 or 4 years. Just if you're riding smaller mountains, if you're just going every other weekend or something, you can definitely have a board for quite a long time actually. Ramy is on here with the super chat. Thanks, Ramy. Says, cold and flu funds. Don't go out next week. -35 is not good to heal you. Awesome. Thanks, Ramy. Yeah, man. So yeah, here in Whistler, I don't know if you guys have seen the weather, but next week it's going to be really cold, into the -25, -30s. So yeah, that'll be a good time to stay home. Excuse me, guys. Okay. All right. Tons of great questions. Mike says, "Hey man, I live in Brooklyn and can only hit the slopes maybe 5 to 6 times a season. What do you recommend I spend my time doing in order to progress? Been riding 3 seasons." Yeah, try to switch things up a bit. Like each time you go up, try to learn something new. So whether it's like practicing switch, working on your ollies, trying to get into some like presses, nose presses, butters. From riding switch, you can maybe like learn to do some 180s. Yeah, working on your ollies or nollies. It's always like about trying to like just push your riding in one direction. It doesn't have to be always in the same direction. Like you could work on ollies one day, you can work on presses the next, work on your switch riding another day. So each day you're kind of maybe taking 1 or 2 things to progress with. I think that's a good way to do it. Like if you learn, say, front side 180s one day, try back side 180s the other. Yeah, each time going out with 1 or 2 things maximum of like new areas to try to progress your riding. All right. Brett Bridges says, Evil Twin, Headspace, Evil Twin or Headspace for beginner intermediate who wants to ride mostly park. In my opinion, I like the Headspace better. TJ, who's on the channel, he has the Evil Twin. I think the Evil Twin is maybe, I don't know, if you like battalion boards, but I think it makes it the 3BT. I feel like that's more of an advanced board, so I would go with the Headspace. That's the one I chose. I feel like it's a bit more intermediate friendly for sure, so that's the one I would go for. All right. Spur Spotter is going to Mammoth Mountain tomorrow. Awesome. Have fun. Tyler Myers says collaboration with Casey Willax 2020. Definitely, yeah. Hope to see Casey on the mountain this year, either in the winter, spring, or summer sometime. It'd be great to collab with him. We have made videos in the past together. I think there's at least 3 or 4 videos that Casey's in the video, so check out some of those. But yeah, Casey Willax, he's killing it. Would be really fun to collaborate with him some more. Evan Janusz with the super chat says, for a late January trip to Whistler, would you bring just the Archetype or take a Carve Air as well? I haven't ridden either of those boards, but I would bring to Whistler in a late January trip. I'd bring a POW board and a park board for sure. Because, but you can also check the weather ahead of time. Take a look at the weather. If it's snowing the whole week, just bring your POW board. If it's going to be sunny all week, maybe just bring a park board. And Nathan wants to know, Kev, what Volcom jacket do you use? So my Volcom jacket is the Volcom Gooch jacket. So it's Brian Aguchi's Pro snowboard jacket, and yeah, it's great. It's a stretch Gore-Tex. I like the fit. It's a shell, so I can just put layers underneath, and I also have the Volcom Gooch pants as well. And again, they're like stretch Gore-Tex. They're really light and a shell, so yeah, you can just layer up underneath. So yeah, I highly recommend it. I like the Volcom stuff a lot. But maybe try some on or check it out, especially for like the style. As long as it's the style that you go for, it's a really, I think, good quality outerwear. All right, 204 people on here, 57 likes. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thanks everyone for liking. Enrique says, I've practiced snowboarding for a year, but always renting equipment. I want to buy my first board, and what I like is going fast in general. Do you think a DOA is much for beginners to medium level? So the Capita DOA, I would say it's more of an intermediate to advanced board. It's a stiffer board, so if you like going fast, I think it would give you the stability that you need for that style of riding. So yeah, for let me just read your, yeah, you like going fast in general, something like the Capita DOA is, I think, a good call. All right, so okay, so Michael says, aloha guys, just got my new board. Do I need to tune and wax before my first sesh? Also, I live in Hawaii, and how would I store my board? A lot of moisture here. Much mahalos. Awesome, thank you, Michael. I would say, yeah, you should tune and wax your board before you go for the first time. I think that, yeah, waxing it, that can only make it better. Just get some new wax on there, and then like your edges. If you're planning on hitting some park, you can definitely detune some of those edge areas. If you're not hitting the park, then you don't need to detune. You can just ride it how it is. But yeah, I would say that's what you should do. But yeah, have a good one, and yeah, would hopefully see you in Hawaii someday. You live in a pretty cool spot. Gregory49 says, would you ever do bald face? Absolutely. So if you guys don't know, bald face is like a cat skiing resort somewhere here in BC. I don't know exactly where it is, but I think you have to take a helicopter to get to the main lodge. So it's an expensive trip, but it would be a really cool place to visit one day. And Andy Goodby with the super chat says, can you shout out to Anna Baxter? She's learning all she knows from you, although hearing Kevin says 10 times a day is kind of annoying. Okay, cool, Andy. Yeah, oh, okay, I see what you're saying, because she's always saying, well, Kevin says, yeah, shout out to Anna Baxter. Have fun snowboarding. Thanks for checking out the videos. And Andy, thanks for the support, man. And F-Bomb Vlogs with the super chat says, I'm hitting 71 mountains this season. Number 19 in ME. What's ME? That's Michigan? No, it can't be Michigan. Minnesota. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know where ME is, but yeah, that's ambitious. 71 mountains. All right. And Boredom with a super chat as well. Let me know if you have a question, man. Thanks for the support. And Jen with the super chat says hashtag spray skiers. Get well soon. Thanks, and Jen. Yeah, we'll definitely spray some skiers for you. Bad Riders with the super chat, $1.50 Australian. Thanks, man. All right, Marcus says, bro, please help me, LOL. So I've been trying my hardest to get better at park snowboarding since last season. Rails and rotations are the worst. I feel like I'm not getting any better. Any advice? If you feel like you're not getting any better, then maybe switch it up a bit with some different tricks, different features. Maybe instead of progressing on, maybe try some easier features, but some new tricks. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. It's hard to really say, Marcus. So, the terrain park is one of those things where you just got to keep at it. But I would say the more diversity you put into the types of tricks you're going for, the different kinds of features, maybe take a day to like hike one feature. That can help too. So maybe just hiking one feature and trying some different tricks. That's a good way to do it. But yeah, it's tough out there. It can be a grind. All right. Yeah, tons of questions, guys. Oh, Maine. Somebody said ME is Maine. And and somebody's asking me to show the bottom of the snowboards and how they're holding up. Honestly, the bottoms of the snowboards are not holding up great because here in Whistler because we haven't had a lot of snow this season, there has been a lot of rocks and debris and things in the snow that I've hit. So there's a few good scratches. Nathaniel, any advice on improving balance? I would say improving balance for skateboarding. A good one is for snowboarding, is to skateboard. So if you haven't yet, maybe give skateboarding a try. That's a really great way to improve your balance. It's super challenging. You can also take your skateboard deck, tape some shoes to it, and get a 2-liter bottle and build yourself like a little snowboard training system where you can hop onto the bottle that's filled with water and just improve your balance that way. And Kayon Robinson with the super chat says, who is better at snowboarding, you or David Jones? I think David is definitely better at the terrain park. He's really awesome in the park, but I'll see him in Japan in like a week, so we can go head to head on our all mountain skills. But yeah, David he's an awesome rider. He definitely is a much better park rider than me, but it's not a contest. But he's way better at fingerboarding for sure. That's no question. Josiah, yeah, he says, yo, Kevin, me and my dad are going to Whistler this month, and I was wondering if you could show us around the mountain. Oh, awesome, Josiah. I probably don't have time to show you around the mountain, but if I see you up there, it'd be awesome to hang out, say hello, have a chat, maybe do a run. But we are leaving on I'm going to be out of Whistler from the 14th until the 31st. So if you're in Whistler those 2 weeks, I'm not going to be here, unfortunately, but maybe I'll see you up here next time. And the next question from Justin, have you ever tried skiing? I used to do skiing and snowboarding back in the day. I used to do a bit of both, but been leaving. There was like a point where my skis got old and I needed a new snowboard, and I could only afford to get one, and I decided to get a snowboard. So that was kind of what committed me to snowboarding, was having to just to buy one. All right. One second, guys. So Ethan says, can you 270 out yet? I heard that's your goal for the season. I have done a few 270s out. Yeah, I did one in Australia off of a rail. I was super stoked to get that. And I think I've had a few other ones, but my goal is to definitely get them more consistent and get them more frequently. So yeah, it's a hard trick for me, but yeah, really fun, and definitely want to do more. Guys, let's just do a few more, only because I feel like I'm just a talking mess here, talking to you guys with my illness, blowing my nose, and I'm just I need to go rest this cold. So let's do a few more questions. But yeah, thank you guys for putting up with me, and yeah, stoked that you guys came on here for a little bit for the live chat this week. NGen with the super chat says, Kevin is the best rider. He has always fun on the mountain. Thanks, NGen. Yeah, man. Dude, you're the best rider, I swear. But yeah, thanks for the support, NGen. Appreciate it, man. MA says, what up, Kevin? Cheers from Quebec. Awesome, MA. Yeah. Shout out to all the French Canadians out there in Quebec. Appreciate it. Keon Robinson with another super chat says, if you come to New York, let me know. Definitely, yeah. If I ever visit New York State, we'll do. Bad Riders says, beet juice, Kev. Beet juice. Oh yeah, I was drinking a beet juice the other week. I do have a juice and a smoothie waiting for me out there. So it's actually like they're both green. So I didn't want to be drinking all this green fluids on the live chat, but yeah, I'll definitely get some beet as well. Trudge Make 95 says, do you ever mess with adjusting your high backs other than forward lean? I know at least Union Force have different holes, it looks like, for adjusting either forward and back or rotating. Yeah, I don't mess with mine too much, but you can adjust your forward lean. You can also adjust your heel cup to be more like parallel to your heel edge, which is good to do as well if you want to do that. But the main adjustments I do are the forward lean and also just making sure the straps are fitting like properly and correctly. So yeah, got these bindings all set up the way that I like. But yeah, play around with yours, get them right, get them feeling good. That's the main thing. I definitely recommend people playing around with their forward lean. Out of so you can set your forward lean from 1 to 6. I usually set it somewhere in the middle, like a 4 to 6. Nate wants to know, how long did it take me to learn to snowboard? I think it took me like 3 days before I was like linking my turns the whole way down. And I was like just self-taught, no lessons. There was no snowboard YouTube videos back then, no tutorials. So I think I had a buddy who was like from high school who was helping me to get my first turns down. So yeah, just I think it was like 3 days of falling before I was consistently linking turns. And Keon Robinson with the super chat and says that he's up at Kissing Bridge Ski. Very cool, Keon. I'm not sure where that is, man, but have fun out there. Yeah, shout out to everyone at Kissing Bridge Ski. All right, let's and Joanna, this is a very appropriate question for the timing, says, hey Kevin, what are some tips for riding in trees? Awesome. Yeah, we've been doing a lot of tree riding recently. I would say tips: always ride trees with somebody. You always want to be keeping an eye on each other, especially here in Whistler. Tree wells are a big risk. So if you guys don't know what a tree well is, it's like this like a hole that can form around the tree where you can possibly slide into and get stuck. So riding with a partner, having somebody keep their eye on you the whole time riding through the trees is really important. So yeah, pairing up, never go into the trees alone. Also, so when you're riding through them, it's about making kind of like quicker turns than normal. So getting used to making quick turns back and forth, and that helps to control your speed, allows you to turn quickly around the trees, and also gets you going from evenly on heels and toes, because it's tempting to kind of get stuck on your heels a lot through the trees. But if you can get the quick style of turns down, then that really helps you get through the trees. Also, just like planning your lines. So looking ahead and really trying to plan a couple turns ahead so that you're always riding through the best part of the trees. And then what else can you do? Yeah, like always know, like when you're going through the trees, know where those trees are gonna lead you to, because you don't want to just be like blindly, say, riding through trees where you're not sure where you're gonna end up at the other side. So between those things, you should have fun riding through trees. Look between them, plan your line, quick turns, stay on the back foot if it's pow day. And yeah, even the type of boards you ride through the trees is important too. Like a really aggressive board that's harder to turn is not going to be as fun as maybe a shorter board with some rocker in it that allows you to make those quicker turns easier. So yeah, give that a try. Yeah, here in Whistler, the last few days we've been having some really good tree days, and yeah, I hope that helps you out. Awesome, guys. I'm just going to end this live chat a bit early, only because I'm coming down with the illness. I wanted to come on here anyways and talk to you guys for this little while, just to check in, answer as many questions as I could, and just see how everyone out there is doing. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a good time snowboarding out there. Next week, I'll make it up with a longer live chat for you guys. I'll try to go for an hour and a half live chat next time. Actually, the next one will be in Japan too, I think. Yeah, we'll be in Japan for the next live chat. So I'll see you guys in the next live chat. But until then, I hope you guys have fun snowboarding out there. Be safe. Look out for each other. And yeah, appreciate everyone coming on here to hang out, even even if I'm sick and I'm sounding horrible. But yeah, appreciate it, guys. Have a great time. Again, be safe. Thanks for checking out the videos, everyone, and I'll see you soon. Take care, guys.